The Pyrenees rise like a fortress, cradling a land where time seems to stand still. Beneath their rugged peaks, the story of the Basque people begins. A story written not in ink, but in stone, in the DNA of their ancestors, and in the words of a language older than any other, in Europe. Tens of thousands of years ago, glaciers carved through Europe, forcing humans to flee or perish. In the harshest of times, one place stood as a sanctuary. The Franco-Cantabrian region, where the ancestors of the Basques found refuge. Here, life endured and a legacy began. From cave paintings illuminated by firelight to the quiet whispers of Euskara, the Basques have preserved a connection to Europe's deepest past. The roots of the Basques lie deep in prehistory. At Lazetsiki Cave, tools and remains reveal Neanderthals thrived here over 150,000 years ago. These early inhabitants, with their finely crafted Mysterian scrapers, were masters of survival. But as time moved forward, so did humanity. By 41,000 BC, modern humans arrived. They didn't just settle. They left behind something extraordinary. Art. In caves like Altamira and Decane, their creations endure. Bison painted in vibrant ochre, horses arranged in patterns of movement, and deer frozen in eternal stillness, all carefully redated, using uranium series methods to between 36,000 and 15,000 years ago. These images are more than art. They're windows into the spirit of a people who survived when the world turned to ice. As the Ice Age tightened its grip, temperatures dropped, and much of Europe became uninhabitable. Yet the Basque region remained a haven. This area retained relatively stable conditions, providing plentiful resources and shelter. It became a lifeline for survival, a refuge where human life thrived against the odds. As the Ice Age ended and Europe began to thaw, a profound transformation swept across the continent. Around 6000 BC, the first Neolithic farmers arrived in the Basque region, carrying with them knowledge of agriculture, animal domestication, and pottery. These early farmers, descendants of Anatolian migrants, introduced new technologies and lifestyles, replacing or blending with the hunter-gatherer traditions that had sustained the region for thousands of years. Yet, the Basque homeland was different. Unlike much of Europe, where Neolithic farming populations largely replaced local hunter-gatherers, the Basque region saw a rare blending of cultures. Findings from El Portalón cave near Atapuerca, detailed in a 2015 study by Uppsala University and published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, reveal this unique admixture. The study analyzed the genomes of 8 individuals who lived between 3,500 and 5,500 years ago, showing that early Basque populations absorbed the agricultural innovations brought by Neolithic farmers while retaining a significant portion of their Mesolithic genetic roots. Genomic analysis confirmed these individuals as the closest ancestors to modern Basques, emphasizing the genetic distinctiveness of the region. Further research from the same study shows that hunter-gatherer ancestry in these early farming populations increased over time, as successive generations blended with local Mesolithic groups. This dynamic interaction not only shaped the genetic identity of the early Basque people, but also explains why modern Basques retain higher levels of Mesolithic ancestry than neighboring populations. These findings underscore the gradual and complex transition from mobile hunter-gatherer groups to sedentary farming societies in Iberia, uniquely preserving the genetic and cultural distinctiveness of the Basque region. By the Bronze Age, starting around 2500 BC, a new wave of change swept through Europe. The spread of the Beaker culture brought advancements in metalworking and introduced new paternal lineages, most notably the R1b-DF27Y chromosome lineage, passed exclusively from father to son. This lineage became dominant in the Basque region, yet the Basques' isolation ensured that much of their older genetic heritage remained intact. The Pyrenees acted as a natural barrier, shielding the Basques from the full force of cultural and genetic changes reshaping the rest of Europe. While other populations were transformed, the Basques integrated new elements without losing their distinct genetic and cultural identity. After the Bronze Age, the Basque region witnessed successive waves of external rule and influence. The Romans, Visigoths, and later the Moors controlled parts of the Iberian Peninsula, including areas adjacent to Basque country. Despite their dominion, genetic studies revealed that these external powers left minimal genetic imprints on the Basque population. This resilience is largely attributed to the geographical barrier of the Pyrenees, the Basques' cultural isolation, and their linguistic independence through Euskara. A 2021 study in Current Biology analyzed genome-wide data and found little evidence of Roman or Moorish genetic markers in modern Basques compared to neighboring Iberian populations. While other groups in Spain show significant admixture from North African lineages introduced during the Islamic rule, the Basques retained their unique genetic profile. Similarly, the Roman Empire's expansion left linguistic and cultural marks on much of Europe. But the Basques resisted Latinization, a feat rare among ancient populations. The Basque language, Euskara, was another element that protected Basque identity and genetics throughout history. As Europe underwent waves of conquest, migration, and cultural assimilation, Euskara acted as a cultural and linguistic shield. It is the last surviving pre-Indo-European language, predating the spread of Indo-European tongues like Spanish, French, and English by thousands of years. Its unique isolation from these dominant linguistic groups made Euskara not only a mode of communication, but also a boundary against external influence. Linguists and geneticists agree that Euskara played a significant role in limiting interaction with neighboring populations. A 2021 study in Current Biology revealed a remarkable correlation between Euskara dialects and genetic patterns in Basque villages. These findings suggest that the language helped preserve the Basques' distinct identity by reinforcing the natural barriers of the Pyrenees. Euskara is a linguistic enigma. Scholars have long debated its origins, proposing tenuous links to languages like Georgian in the Caucasus due to structural similarities. For instance, Euskara and Georgian both use ergative constructions, where the subject of a sentence changes depending on the verb type. In Euskara, the subject form in "the man has come" differs from "the man has seen it," a feature rarely found in European languages. Other theories suggest possible connections to Armenian or Chechen, but these remain speculative, with no definitive evidence to support them. Today, Euskara continues to reflect the Basques' enduring resilience. It is spoken by nearly 750,000 people across 5 main dialects, some so distinct that they are mutually incomprehensible. These dialects evolved during the Middle Ages, shaped by geographical and political divisions within the Basque region. Despite borrowing vocabulary from Romance languages, Euskara's structure has remained unchanged, preserving its ancient origins. The Basques' identity runs deep in their connection to their land and their rich mythology. At the heart of their beliefs was Mari, the goddess of the mountains, who was said to dwell in caves high in the Pyrenees, protecting the land and its people. Her consort Swara complemented her power, symbolizing balance and harmony. Together, they reflected the untamed spirit of the Basque landscape. Their folklore is filled with stories of Gentile giants, known as Meruak, who were believed to have built the dolmens scattered across the countryside. These massive stone structures, built during the Neolithic and Bronze Ages, served as burial sites, territorial markers, and places for rituals. The giants were said to embody the old ways, standing guard over the land before retreating into the mountains. Other mythical figures, like Lamiak or river nymphs, brought blessings or punishments, depending on how they were treated, while Sorgenak, or witches, acted as spiritual protectors of the Basque people, performing rituals in service to Mari. These tales weren't just stories. They were ways to understand and connect with the land around them. The dolmens, still visible on hilltops and ridgelines today, are physical reminders of this deep connection to their ancestors. Today, the Basque region remains deeply tied to its heritage, while embracing the modern world. Spanning northern Spain and southwestern France, it features the dramatic Pyrenees, fertile valleys, and a stunning Atlantic coastline. The region is renowned for its vibrant culture, with Euskara spoken by nearly 750,000 people. Politically, the Basque region is as complex as its history. The Basque autonomous community in Spain enjoys significant self-governance. In France, the Basque provinces lack official autonomy, though cultural movements remain active. For decades, independence debates dominated the region. Despite tensions in the past, the Basque region is now a thriving cultural and economic hub. Its people, shaped by their rich mythology and fierce independence, continue to honor their past while forging a dynamic future.